Hey, real sports, real talk. Real sports, real talk. Real sports, real talk. Real sports, real talk.
Hey, flow insane, rings like LeBron James. I shit on my own team like Mark Cuban. The people done came, and the people done called, and what they said that they wanted. Real sports, real talk.
Dunking, diving through topics like we hardin'. Big ballin', changing the game before we startin'. And I've been jumping out the gym since yesterday. Since I was a kid, I always had a lot to say. Bet it all on one play.
I'm just getting fired up like I spit propane. Pull a triple double knot on my new shoestrings, then pull a triple double night like I'm Robert Sane. Feeling like Mayweather when I'm on these planes. Why, ball?
Yeah, folks, we back. Let's get into some of these leads for the week, man. First up, Triple G, Canelo.
Hell of a fight. It was a hell of a fight.
Yes, it was.
The most anticipated so-so fight of the year.
So.
Very, very so-so.
Nah,
some
man, it was
action.
good.
Yeah, it was some
That was a
action.
good fight.
Man, that fight was so-so.
It was a good
I did
fight.
take a snooze in the middle, but I woke up and rewatched it for the people.
See what I mean? So-so. When you snoozing on the boxing match.
Other factors. Other factors.
We ain't talking about the other factors. We talking about Canelo Triple G. Here we go.
So who you think who won the fight, man? Let's keep it real.
Man, that was an interesting affair. So Triple G won the fight. Okay, I do believe Triple G probably won the fight by a round or two. It was a very close fight. CompuBox numbers say 108-55. Most of those shots were jabs from Golovkin. He landed quite a few jabs in that fight. But the power punches were pretty much the same. My issue with the fight was the fact that I think more so of anything, I think the problem was size. Because you can see in the ring, Canelo was naturally smaller than Triple G. Punch-wise, I thought Canelo landed probably the better shots, more combinations. He put his punches together a little better, but being smaller than Triple G, he couldn't really hurt him. So at the end of the fight, Canelo's face actually looked better than Triple G, even though Triple G landed so many jabs to the face. But I mean, it was a tough call. I mean, but 118, 110,
that was ugly.
Miss Bird,
Adelaide.
Miss Bird, yeah, you do need to take that vacation.
Adelaide.
You need a vacation, Miss Bird.
Yeah.
A long one.
It was interesting because Triple G was supposed to be the bigger puncher, the stronger fighter, and it seemed like he got outpower punched throughout the whole fight. Like most of the combinations, like Tay said, they came from Canelo. Most of the aggressive shots they came from Canelo. What Triple G did was opposite what I thought, is he played the outside using his size and he outpunched Canelo, and that's probably what got him extra 2 or 3 rounds at the end. Yeah. But at the same time, I still think that if he would have fought the fight that he generally had fought, it probably would have had a different outlook at the end. As like Tay said, his face and all that, but he won the fight. He won the fight. It was a close fight.
I think Triple G showed his versatility in this fight. Like you said, I think he boxed him. And then I don't think Canelo was ready for that.
No big drama show.
No, it was no big drama show. I mean, he stood there, he took some shots, but it was one thing, and we posted it on the Facebook page, and we're gonna post it on the website too. When Canelo hit him with everything he had, and he ate it.
He didn't matter.
And at that point, I'm like, okay, this fight is over.
Exactly.
He went like Tay, way bigger than the dude.
Yeah,
like,
he is
You
over.
can tell that he
You know?
was naturally bigger.
I think, and now I think Triple G should go fight Cotto before he give Canelo a rematch, and I hope he does. You know, I hope he goes out and get the money and build the base, and then come back and fight Canelo. And maybe he'll be the A side on the fight, because clearly most of the boxing world think that he won the fight.
Yeah.
You know, so I think he should go out and get his dough up, and then come back and holler at Canelo and Golden Boy.
Because that is shaping up to be a great fight. It's Cotto's last fight. He's retiring afterwards. So Cotto Triple G at the Barclays is sounding like a winner around Christmas.
And Barclays, y'all damn ticket prices is too damn high for
Come on, Hova.
Come on, man.
Come on, Hova.
Who's that whole 50?
Come
God
on,
damn.
Hova.
Triple G the best available guy out there. So if you want to pay money to see any type of fighter, it's gonna be Gennady out there.
Yeah, I agree with that.
no
I mean, there's a couple other guys, like I'll go see Rigondeaux go fight in a parking lot in a box. I don't see that dude fight anywhere because he's a big money show, performance. I think he'll
This
come
gonna
back
have to
down
be
and
worth it.
fight.
Triple G, like I said, he the main draw
He's
right
the
now.
guy.
You can say what they want about boxing. He the main draw. Where's the heavyweight division?
I mean, you got
Anthony Joshua.
You got Joshua.
Yeah,
But see, I don't really know if that Klitschko win. Do y'all feel like that Klitschko win was like a passing of the torch? Like what was that? Because Klitschko was old.
He was done. Yeah, he was done.
I feel like
done.
if the other young boy, what's the boy from the South?
Alabama boy.
Wilder.
Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, I feel like if he took another crack, it might have been a different story.
Didn't he get beat up?
Deontay is
I said
American.
another crack. No, I said another crack.
Got beat up.
So I think it might have been the passing of the international torch.
Gotcha.
Because I think Wilder right now is the number one heavyweight in boxing, and then we have Anthony Joshua, who's probably number 2, but Anthony Joshua really haven't fought anybody outside of Klitschko.
Yeah.
So
his skill set compared to Wilder, I don't know. So.
I mean, I believe his skill set is much better. I like Anthony. Anthony got some go, man. I think whenever they match up, I'm giving them probably about another year or so because I think they want to bring Anthony along,
and they got to build the buzz.
Yeah, they got to bring Anthony along, and Wilder probably needs a marquee win on his record because he's
take a couple more fights.
He's beating the ballroom boxers in the heavyweight division, so he probably needs some sort of marquee matchup for himself, and that's probably about a year. I'm thinking about a year and a half. That'll probably be the next heavyweight.
That's a lot of that's true. I
We can go to Manchester.
We can go to Manchester.
No doubt. It ain't raining. And
The
shit.
big
It's gonna be raining, bro. It's gonna be raining.
O2 arena style, baby.
Yeah. So what else we got, man? What else popping in these sports streets? Let's talk about the boxer soccer guy.
Oh my
This
goodness.
guy.
That's what I'm calling
Oh,
you, right?
my
The boxer soccer guy.
Idiot box.
Cafe Rio.
X is Manchester U, right?
Yeah, man.
X-Man U guy.
Defender. He better get his hands up.
I'm gonna butcher his name.
He needs some new defense.
Ferdinand.
Rio Ferdinand.
Ferdinand says he want to fight McGregor and anybody else over there that he can get his hands on at 38.
Let's keep in mind, my man is 38 out here, people. 38. He about to get his ass whooped.
I
I like to see him get his dusty ass in the ring. He's gonna get beat the shit out of him. I swear, it's gonna happen. I want to see it.
I mean, he got Richie Woodall coaching.
Man.
Richie was a former super middleweight champion.
Man,
So
I'm
I mean, at least
That's like me saying I got Michael Jordan coaching me.
I'm about to start training.
I don't care how much coaching Michael Jordan do. I'm not gonna be good at basketball.
work on your fadeaway.
At 38.
Right, at 38.
Work on your fadeaway.
Man.
Where's your life, my man? Get your life and
Put your post
retire.
moves up.
Yeah, I mean, put your feet in some sand.
That's it.
Fuck
I
out
mean,
there.
he
It's
got
over,
guaranteed contracts. And,
Right.
I mean,
It's over.
soccer players, they make good money. He must be bored.
He said he won the belt too.
He won
ain't
constant
playing. Look,
concussions.
He coming for all y'all belts at 38.
My man said I want constant concussions every night.
Man, I just don't understand that
Lost his
transition
damn
from
mind.
soccer to boxing just don't make a lot of sense to me.
Lost his damn
Yeah.
mind.
He's crazy.
A lot of short nights in Rio Future.
Yeah, I mean,
Sounds like-
because you get hit in the face one good time, you might not never wake up. Like,
Absolutely.
that's crazy to
You
me.
about to be out there fighting dudes half your age and twice your size. You better talk to B-Hop. Talk to B-Hop. Ask him how that shit worked out.
Yeah, man.
I ain't saying that about B.
He got old.
No problem.
He got old fast. He did. We love you, Hop. We love you, Hop. We already know you.
Hey, bruh, you was
thunder. We know you thunder,
Yeah,
Hop.
old man
But
stuff.
you couldn't be 50 in the ring,
But
bruh. You
young
was
boy-
50, bruh.
Young
Come
boy
on,
put him
bruh.
in the first row though.
You was
Yeah,
50,
he did.
bruh.
He
You was
slipped.
50,
He
bruh.
Yeah. Ferdinand, holla at B-Hop.
He was 50. bruh.
Ask him how it worked out.
Yeah,
I don't think
come
he's
on,
gonna
man.
like the results.
Nah, and you not
It's
even
not an old man
half.
sport.
You not even half the dude B-Hop.
Right, not even-
Absolutely.
Not even
Absolutely.
close. That's the whole point. Right.
Right, so look, man, we got Wayne Rooney out here drunk driving, playing games.
Speaking of soccer in Manchester
Yes.
U,
Wayne
X-Man
Rooney.
U, now Everton style.
Everton forward, right?
Who's not allowed to drink
Y'all
anymore.
soccer dudes making too much money. Y'all just bored. Y'all drunk driving.
We need to come to London and live this London soccer
they-
drunk life.
You know, they
Man.
novice boxers. Like they everything out here.
His wife said he had it coming.
Oh.
That's what his wife said. Wife said he had it coming. So I'm guessing this is the first time he done got pulled over or caught with the drink in the system.
Fifth time. I read somewhere one of his teammates like, bro, you just need to quit drinking.
Y'all think he got the breathalyzer in the Ferrari?
Or the Lamborghini? My man got all the whips.
They say my man on the double-decker bus out there.
He can't drive nothing. He can't drive nothing. He
Call the shuttle service, right?
Straight Uber action.
Uber London everywhere.
Yeah.
Uber London everywhere. Get him out of here.
Come on, Wayne. Hey, Wayne, man.
Wayne tripping.
Put the bottle down, Wayne. Just put the bottle down, bro. Put the bottle down.
Holler at us, Wayne. Let us know what's going on, man. You need like a counselor.
Come through, Wayne. We'll send the car server to pick you up, Wayne.
Wife cussing you out. You got teammates, other wives of old ex-players telling you need to chill, man. Come on, bro. You doing a little bit too much, Wayne. Then your family was out of town, so he was just acting up.
That's
showing
out that whole pass. He out there juking,
showing out,
getting pints and
showing out.
Just say, "Oh, looky here,
showing up.
We got a couple hours."
Owen Wilson.
Next thing you know, you can't drive for 2 years. Get out of here.
He definitely can't drive for 2 years.
Speaking of doing too much, Santana and RG3 got into a little Twitter finger scuffle earlier this week. What's up?
Bob said, keep my name out your mouth. You ain't playing with Santana out here. He said, you're a liar.
I mean, look, I believe what Santana said. I'm going to be honest, because I done heard some people say they done ran into RG3 in these streets, and he's not quite the nice guy. So for Santana to be like he was happy or he showed some sort of excitement from a man Shanny Pants getting the axe, it's not hard to believe. I mean, because RG claims that Shanahan didn't want him in DC, but I mean they drafted him number 2, so I don't know how he wouldn't want him in DC if he's the number 2 pick.
But they also drafted a dude in the 4th round,
right behind
him, which normally that doesn't happen if he really like you as a franchise quarterback. You know that you don't really spend your number 2 pick, trade up, and then draft another dude in the 4th round right behind him. That's a little suspect.
Absolutely, but y'all talking about the Redskins.
We are talking
about the Redskins.
He got cut.
Your backup is
RG3 got cut multiple times. He looked like Predator in the face, so my man, he a little upset out here in these streets.
He do something with that head, bro.
He felt he
I don't know about the whole thing on the side with the little.
That's why, man, his cornrows too tight, man. It's causing tension in his brain. My man can't think right.
Do something with that head, bro. Straight up.
Yeah. So Santana got on the tube and on the radio, and it said all of these things. Now, you think RG coming back?
He already came back. He said he feels betrayed. He said he felt betrayed. He used a strong word. He was betrayed because that's supposed to be his guy. They won a couple games together. You remember the Monday night game against the Cowboys when RG went up top, hit Santana for the big 60 yard.
Come on now. Let's be real. RG did take him to a division title. He did win Rookie of the Year.
He did.
I mean, he looked like he was going to be a
beast. Those first 2 seasons was amazing.
I mean, he should have got down when they played the Ravens, and he may still be with the Washington.
Never run that Haloti Nada.
You never run into that guy.
Never run that Haloti.
That guy's like a Mack truck.
RG3 is a clown. He washed up. He need to take a note out of Tim Tebow book. Go ahead, pick up a round ball, and throw that joint a couple times.
He played baseball that bad.
I know. Right? Yeah, I mean, he need to go ahead and take Tim Tebow approach and go out there and throw. You ain't gonna tear your ACL. Well, he don't know how I slide, so I don't know if he gonna do that.
I didn't understand. You're a baseball player that can't slide. I don't know. I don't get it. You must have been a pitcher. He must have been a pitcher. He had to be a pitcher.
So Kyrie stone-faced the whole ESPN.
Kyrie, you are the GOAT, bro.
It was in my best interest to get the fuck out of there.
Kyrie is the GOAT.
I don't want to be here anymore.
Shout out to Kyrie's PR team.
Right? Why you shouting them out?
Because
they need to be shouted out.
They do.
It's LeBron peoples who messed it up. Kyrie only said what was right out there, man.
Oh man.
Kyrie was
in China.
Not going to badmouth LeBron on TV. He wasn't going to do that. He probably wanted to.
He said enough he needed to say. We already know LeBron.
He didn't say nothing. That's probably.
He said he was in China.
Probably
and
said
the news
most,
came
right?
out. Who leaked the news? No hairline, yo. That's who leaked the news.
No hairline, yo.
No hairline, yo.
He bald now.
He ain't bald. He still got that little faded shape up. He got
the number 1.
Right.
Oh,
he got the number .4339. That's what this.
Infinity.
Bron
out
got
of there,
the
son.
half inch.
Yeah, nah,
Oh,
son.
man.
He leaked the news though. Him and
You
his
think
friend-
so?
Well, yeah, he leaked it. Son.
Oh man, I hope not. Cause I
But
like
why?
Kyrie handled this business discreetly. How I get out? Somebody leaked the news.
you. You got a point. I don't understand why he would do that though. That doesn't
LeBron
really.
a sucker. He wants super team. He still trying to get Chris Paul and
Feelings.
Melo. LeBron is a sucker. I'm trying to tell you.
Feelings.
I just don't get it because it doesn't like if you there, you the leader of the team doing that, and if once people find out that's the type of stuff that you do, like I just feel like you'll never be able to hold the locker room or control the locker room as if you want it. Like you want to do, basically like player GM, because I look at him like a player GM, right?
Yeah,
that's why-
so normally
that's
you would want to have a good relationship with your GM, you know, so you understand what's going on, you know, when I'm going to be traded, maybe not, or you know how you feel about me, you know, contract negotiations, stuff like that. And it seems like you want to help everybody out. You want to help D Rose get a new contract, help Tristan Thompson get a contract, like that part. That's the part where I'm a little confused about the whole situation. But
Well, we know who Kyrie's mentor is.
oh yeah,
The Mamba.
Yeah.
So
He won his own team.
Seeing how he is buddies with the Mamba, I totally understand where Kyrie's coming from. He wants to be the guy, and now he has the opportunity to be the guy. I don't know how the Celtics are going to look. I still think the Celtics are probably the third best team in the East, even right now today, with them Wiz kids coming in at number 2.
Wiz
Yeah,
kids
I
at
think,
number 2.
John Wall best
Shout out
point
to the
guard
Wall
in the
star.
league.
He the best point guard in the East by far.
Cleveland's still the top team in the East. I mean, they got the king, so I mean they're the top team in the East until somebody takes them down. But it's going to be interesting, man. I want to see Kyrie shine because last time he was by himself, he only won 28 games. So that's how
I don't think Kyrie a leader, but only time will tell. We never know. I don't think he's a leader of men out there. He's soft spoken and he can dribble good. That's
the countdown to tip off.
That's what he's gonna do.
It's coming.
I'm
ready, Kyrie. I want to see what you got.
I'm excited about the East this year though because you got more than one team.
Yeah.
We haven't had that in the East for a long time.
It's a solid 5.
It's
a
at least,
solid 5 or 6.
Yeah, since like Boston and Miami for real.
Yeah.
Because the Wizards, they were kind of iffy. I think they're growing into their own right now.
One big man away.
Yeah, I hope Boogie won.
Boogie.
Please come to DC,
Let's
Boogie.
go, Boogie.
This is our plug, Boogie. This is our plug.
Link up with
Get
your
in
boy.
here. We need you.
Bring your boots and come to DC,
Oh, my God,
bruh.
we need you.
Bring the boots. You can bring the boots too. We don't want you to bring them, but you can bring them if you
Hey,
gonna play.
if
Bring
you're
them.
gonna get buckets, bring the boots, bro.
Bring the boots.
And stay out the
And
clubs in
20,
DC.
28 and 12. The boots 28 and 12. We take it.
Them DC clubs, they man eaters, bro. Stay out the club, you'll be alright.
Yeah. Holla at Rod Strickland
need
about
Boogie.
that. He'll tell you.
DC for Boogie. Let's go.
Alright, I'm gonna let y'all handle this one because I ain't no real big social media guy. My man, Twitter fingers KD. I don't feel like I don't understand. Like
KD said what need to be said. There's some bums out there. He wasn't standing for that shit no more.
I still don't understand what happened though.
He forgot to switch the account. He heard he was talking in third person. He got 2 accounts. One for shady stuff and one for the official.
Is that like normal?
That's
No.
KD
No, it's not normal, KD.
It's KD, no.
Not normal, KD. You supposed to have both of your tablets in front of you at the same time, bro. You supposed to have the KD5 tablet. You supposed to have the other name tablet, bro. You had. I think you had one tablet this day. One tablet, 2 screens. Using the wrong screen.
He was
bro.
on the C
Wrong
plus tablet
screen,
like
bro.
them niggas was bums. Shit.
He was.
Sorry, my
Called
bad.
everybody out. Called everybody
Billy
out.
Donovan sucks. Damn, KD.
He said, I didn't want to play for Billy Donovan. It was me and Russ. Neither one of us could come off the floor because when we came off the floor,
Right.
we were absolutely terrible.
KD was tired of scoring 40
But
every night.
that was
It
kind
was
of
the truth.
Yeah.
It was the truth.
He
But
tired,
So
he
what was
played
what's the problem? What was the issue? Why
because
people mad at him?
because it came from the other account.
official account. It was Kevin Durant himself saying
Yeah.
that they suck.
But he meant to say it from the B side. He said it from the A side.
Oh man.
He was gonna say it from the B
Official-
side and then try to catch it from the A
official
side.
KD said you suck.
That's how that happened. That's how
Official
that happened.
KD said, you suck. I'm out. Rush should have left. I ain't know he was going to stay. My bad. I'm tired of scoring 45 every night. I want to score 20 tonight.
Yeah, man. that was tough. Taking 40 shots a night, man.
Right, I'm tired.
Then Russ, he want to fight. He always super extra aggressive.
I'm like, come on now, Russ
Oh,
the
Russ the
man.
man.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
No.
Absolutely.
Everybody in the NBA should play with as much passion as that dude. He just want to win.
I will agree to that.
He want to win. He play defense. He
that's
play
why
offense.
that's why he had to
He a
score
good-
40.
I think he a good teammate. Other people might differ, but he looked like he a pretty good teammate to
He
me.
playing with bums. Like Katie said, they bums.
Well, they got PG now. They got PG.
Yeah, Paul gonna ball.
Paul George should be a decent number 2 to what he doing.
Injury prone.
He only had
injury
he only
prone.
had
He
his
had
leg.
one
He just
injury.
broke his
No,
leg
he
in
was
the
injured last season. He was injured like that last season.
Nah, he wasn't.
In the beginning,
playoff time. He was money though.
Oh,
Playoff
he
time.
has money.
He was
Yeah,
money.
you know
Playoff,
what I'm
and
saying?
I mean that's when he's going to be needed.
No,
He
I
was playing
think
with
the
Rose.
West gonna be tough again. I mean, as usual, but I think it's gonna get real tough with Paul there because the West ain't really seen a wingman like Paul.
That's true.
You know, especially these past couple of years, because KD he went over to Golden State. So who's the other like showstopper wingman? I mean, you got Kawhi.
Kawhi, not Kawhi.
But he got
Kawhi,
hurt.
not
He
Kawhi.
got hurt.
Yeah.
So that would have been a different
Because
outcome. I think.
OKC have them bums out there cheating. That's what it was. Bum ass niggas.
You heard it here first, folks. BB think OKC some bums.
They is bums. Especially on the
KD tried to save himself too, though. He had like the little. He had this interview or press conference situation with these media folks. So he tried to save himself.
Oh, and the little tech conference.
Yeah,
Rebuttal time.
He tried to rebuttal, but
I mean, that's a smart move. You get in with the money people.
But he
You
still,
got to.
but he still said, I'm saying they
Silicon
was bums.
Valley. You get in, you good.
KD, just make sure you got both your tablets next time, bro.
Right.
Yeah, maybe there's an app for that.
PSA, keep both your tablets.
That's probably why he was there. There's an app for that. But all right, cool. So, man, we don't even need to talk about the Giants. We're not gonna talk about them, bro.
They sorry.
All right.
The New York Football Giants
Suck.
That's all we got.
74, bro.
Week 2, couple things. Zeke, 8 yards against the Broncos.
Woo. I told y'all sit
I
him
told
down,
y'all
people.
that too.
Well,
I
that
told y'all sit him down, people.
better offensive line, man. What happened? It's supposed to be the best offensive line in football. It didn't
What
work
about
out
Zeke
that
not
well.
running back for that
It's
interception?
called domination.
That was serious. Vaughn was shadowing. It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad.
It
But
got
you know,
ugly for the Cowboys.
it did. You
They look
know,
like rookies.
Well,
1 year removed.
man, Zeke. Okay. Man, what else I got? Greg Olsen, broken foot, running down the field though with the broken foot. I don't even know how that even
Yeah, that was
happened.
the most
He was running
random
around.
broken foot because nobody touched him.
Nobody
He just came up limp.
with a broken foot.
That's the lack of contact practices the players voted for.
Yeah,
Injuries.
Y'all need to go back to these full pad practices, man. 'Cause
Oklahoma,
too
get
many
some pit.
of y'all falling out in the
For
middle,
no reason.
just falling out in the middle of the middle of the game
Bridgewater.
for no reason at
We
all.
can bring that pit back.
And my last thing, man, is Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler's debut in Miami. Jay actually was efficient.
He kinda
last
looked
week.
good.
He did.
I mean, they got some balls. He got
some
way
weapons.
better talent than he had in Chicago.
He got some weapons.
I mean,
man. He got a lot of
I
weapons.
mean, he had a decent forte. I guess Brandon Marshall was kind of iffy. He did throw a lot of
That's his guy.
interceptions.
That's his guy.
Yeah, but that's his man though, so I understand that.
But he went for 250. He was pretty efficient, 68% roughly on the passing.
Yeah.
Not bad. Not bad for Jay. That was better. That was a better Jay Cutler than I'm used to.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I kind of agree with that.
I would say my biggest takeaway, I'm going to go with Jacoby Brissett. First game starting for the Colts. He didn't look like a scrub, surprisingly. Like, he took him to a tight game. They went to overtime. He had an interception at the end. But at the beginning of the game, he was holding it down. Frank Gore did his thing. I was surprised. I didn't expect it to go like that for my man Jacoby out there. He looked pretty much like a good guy. The Bengals, division rival for us, still have not scored a touchdown.
Man, donut.
0 touchdowns for the Bengals.
Man.
0-2 for the Bengals. Last place in the division. I think the Browns 0-2 too, but they should be 0-2 under the Browns because they especially stink. The Browns at least give everybody good games and competition, but no touchdowns. They got one of the top 5 receivers. supposedly one of the top flight quarterbacks in the Red Rocket.
AJ ain't
Oh,
happy.
my man looking like the red water pistol out there. I don't know what he got going on out there.
AJ still ain't happy.
And then my man Todd Gurley, big bounce back performance. He ran for 113 last night, and he had a big performance, 150 the week before.
He's back.
Todd Gurley looking good out there, shining.
He looks back. He looks like
shining.
he's back.
Remnants of his rookie season.
Yeah.
Remnants.
I like it.
That's what I like from week 2.
My biggest takeaway is the Detroit Lions.
Money bags.
It wasn't a great game,
Matty.
but your boy, he keep winning, man. MVP candidate. What he got? 6 touchdowns already. I mean, the dude is looking like he's
Payoff.
taking control,
The
man.
payoff.
I think he got the swagger, got the new money.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
pockets
saying?
fat.
Yeah, pockets
Hopefully
really fat.
Word the Black
Pockets
Compass.
fat.
Black Compass Group, go get that shirt.
Word the
Pockets
Black
real
Compass.
fat.
Pockets fat.
Yeah. Check it out on the
Playoff
website.
wins light.
Yeah, playoff wins. I like. Yeah, but we gonna see about that. He got a huge matchup with
Keep the
Matty
sparklers
Ice.
coming.
Yeah.
Keep the sparklers coming.
Yeah, he got a huge matchup with Matty Ice. Also the Broncos, man. I'm just gonna say this right now: the AFC West, that shit is a gauntlet.
That defense.
Oh yes.
I don't know who gonna win that division.
Top division right now in defense right now.
I don't know who gonna win that division just
Chiefs.
because
Chiefs.
the Chiefs probably will win it. You know, and I'm a Raiders fan, but with the rivalries in that division, and then the way those defenses are playing, and then the way the Kansas City and the Oakland offense is playing, like I can't call it, because you know the Chargers, they come to play every
They're tough.
division
They're
round.
just tough. Yeah,
like
they're
you
tough.
like this Kansas
is
City
tough.
Chargers game. I think it's gonna be the
And
best
that
game of
defense,
the week.
Way legit
That is
for
definitely game of the week.
Yeah.
potential. No
Yeah.
doubt.
I
defense,
think,
way legit,
and then the
Sam.
way
Maybe
the
not
way
Sam.
Denver looked against a beast offensive line and Dak, and the way they shut down Dez Bryant, like Dez Bryant was non-existent. You want to talk about Zeke Elliott? We already know what that is. You know, that's 7, 8 in the box. We know that.
Ooh.
But the way they handle Dez,
Stone hands.
yeah,
Stone hands.
they exposed my
Bruh,
dude.
Dez
We
can't catch.
got to cut Dez just a little
No
bit
slack,
of slack.
son.
Nah,
man.
he gets
He
zero
is
slack.
currently running the gauntlet of cornerbacks in the
It
league
doesn't
right
matter.
now.
Yeah, you need to expand his route running.
These are the top guys in the game.
Odell was doing it last year.
Dez can't run no routes. bro.
Odell was playing everybody.
But he didn't
Give
go.
him the business.
He didn't go Janoris, then to lead. Now this
Bruh.
week he got PP. That's serious.
Did JR make
That's
those
serious.
excuses?
That's serious, man.
We gonna
Did-
see.
did-
No,
did
Odell
88
gotta.
former 88 Dallas make those excuses?
But it wasn't that many corners.
We
in the
gonna
league,
see,
man.
because
Man,
Odell gotta go
yes,
to. Odell
yeah.
gotta play Denver too, right?
Who?
Odell gotta play Denver, right?
Yeah.
I think he does.
Yeah, we gonna see.
If his hamstring ain't messed
I
up.
mean, if it's
Knee,
if he healthy,
ankle,
man.
Hamstring. knee.
All right. So, any other takeaways from week 2?
Nah.
Man, I'm just happy football is back.
Shout
I don't
out
know-
Trevor
I
Simeon.
don't know about Trevor.
Oh, okay.
Trevor is looking good, man. I'm liking
We're
what
gonna talk
Trevor's
about you a
doing.
little bit.
Man,
later.
CJ Anderson.
Wow.
Yo, you brother, man, you hurt my heart, bro. Like I drafted you last year, and
Man.
you disappointed me,
And
then
now
you
this year you
look
the
at
man.
you, bro. Look,
And now
look
this
at
year
what
you the
you
man.
doing. You shining, man. Hats off, bro. I'm just disappointed, man. That's all I can say, bro. Hats off to you, though. oh, week 2 also, Roger Goodell. Goodell. And
Good
Jara had a little beef. Jara was trying to stop them checks.
Say no check Goodell, huh? No checks.
Jara
No
was trying to
checks.
stop them checks.
Well, we know who wear the pants in the
Right.
NFL. We know
Right.
who wear the pants.
Jared say nah, bro.
We know who wear the big
bro.
pants in the league.
Let me see it for you pass it
That
over. Let me
old
see
money.
it
That's
for you.
that old money. That's all. That old
Jared
money.
tried
He got that old-
filibustering my man checks, but
He
it
got
looks
that
like
old-
it's gonna go through.
Nah,
But
he get
He just
paid.
wanted to make him sweat.
Yeah,
He just wanted to make him
was-
sweat.
It was definitely some gamesmanship going on.
He wanted to make him sweat.
Yeah. So shout out to Jerry Jones for
Big Jerry.
holding the feet to the fire in the NFL.
Big
man.
ups, Jar.
Yeah, very entertaining. So that was for week 2. That's all we got.
So we
Yeah,
got
that's
folks.
all that happened in
All
week
right,
2, man.
Call
well,
it
week
a
2
wrap.
recap. That's what we got for you. It's a wrap. All right, folks. I'm gonna introduce this new segment called "You Got the Juice."
Hey.
Now these are for all the ballers that came weeks past that we gonna shout out. So Michael Crabtree, you got the juice from the producer, bruh. 3 touchdowns. We like the way you handle business. Next time when Marshawn out there getting his dance on, go ahead and get your hyphy on too, brother. But you got the juice, Michael Crabtree. Who got the juice?
Who got the juice? Tom Terrific Brady.
Boo.
Bruh, you got the juice. Let me tell you, that is exactly what you do to a bad defense. You go for 447, 3 TDs, a 139 passer rating. Tom Terrific was just that, terrific.
Kareem Hunt, the rookie young fella, 53-yard touchdown, over 100 yards again. 2 more touchdowns to add to his resume. Young fella, you got the juice. Let's go.
That's what I'm talking about. So we 80s babies up here, but grew up in the 90s, so everybody know juice. So if you got that and you know what it is, you drop us a note and let us know who got the juice.
Who got the people?
Word to Bishop.
Let's go. Juice. You know what time it is, folks. It's time for that rapid fire. We're going to pick the 1 o'clock slot games, 45 seconds. Who you got? First up, Baltimore Ravens and the Jacksonville Jaguars across the pond in London.
Man, it's going to be early as hell. This game come on at 9:30 in the morning. I don't even know if Leonard Fournette going to be up there early. So I got to go with the Ravens in this one. It should be a defensive struggle, though. We got the number 9 defense and number 11 defense in football. But I got to go with the Ravens here because this is Blake Bortles. So here we go.
Yeah, I'm going Ravens, cross the pond. It's going to be a struggle. We missing Marshall Yard out there. He just went down with an injury. He out for a couple weeks prior for the rest of the season.
That's big.
Blake Bortles, he inconsistent. They got no receivers. Our defense is extra stout. I like Baltimore.
Yeah, I'm going to make it a hat trick. I'm going with the Baltimore Ravens. Defense wins out. Although I think because it's so early, I think Jacksonville may make it a game. But in the end, I'm going with Flacco in the Baltimore Ravens. So next up, we got the Cleveland Browns and Indianapolis Colts in the 1 o'clock slot. Who you got?
Man, I'm just gonna go with the Colts in this one because they're at home, and I like Jacoby Brissett. Kaiser might mess around and have another migraine in the third quarter and miss half the quarter. But I don't know. That backup came in and he looked pretty good. He actually moved the ball on the Ravens last week a little bit. But I'm gonna go with Brissett at home. I think they might be able to get one. And I was told we don't have nothing good to say. Don't say nothing at all. So I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Oh man, that's boring sports talk radio.
I like Cleveland to get off the snide this week.
Man.
We got Deshaun Kaiser. He gonna show out. Jacoby Brissett. He not gonna be able to get it done. He got it done a little bit last week. I like Cleveland to pull through and get this one this week.
Yeah, I like Cleveland also. I like Deshaun or Deshaun. However you say it.
Kaiser.
Yeah, I like young Kaiser. And then the boy Higgins. They brought him up from the practice squad, taking over for Corey Coleman. So I think, like you say, I think Cleveland's going to get off the schneid this week.
Yeah.
So I'm going with Cleveland. We got the putrid New York Giants versus the Philadelphia Eagles in Philly on Fox. Who you got?
Man, I'm taking the fighting Philly cheesesteaks on this one. They playing the Giants. I mean, the Giants are bad, so I'm going with the Eagles.
Giants outfit is putrid. Number 74, my man. You can't block me out here, bro. You stink. I'm going Philly.
Yeah, I'm going with the Philadelphia Eagles. I think they got a decent defense. I like what Carson Wentz is doing. He's right now.
Young fella looks
solid. Young fella looking like a beast out there, man.
Best footwork in the game.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, people.
Footwork, pocket presence,
Best
the whole
footwork.
9.
Absolutely.
So I'm going with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Keep going.
Miami Dolphins versus the New York Jets. 1 o'clock slot in New York. Who you got?
Man, the Jets ranked damn near dead last in everything. So I like Jay Cutler this week. I'm going with the fans, man. I think Jay gonna go out there and sling it around again. And Devontae Parker and my man Jarvis, and they got a couple weapons out there. Julius Thomas, that might be a sleeper tight end for you this week if you are watching. Somebody you need. Julius might be the man this week, so I'm gonna roll with the fans, man.
All right.
See, the Jets did rear-wake Matt Forte.
Yeah.
They did rear-wake Matt Forte, but that's not enough to get them past Jay Cutler, Devontae Parker, and Jared Giles there. I like Miami.
All right.
on the road.
Yeah, I like the young boy from Boise State, man. I like the receiving combination that they got with Parker and Landry. I'm going with the Miami Dolphins and Jay Cutler.
Mhm.
All right. Broncos at Buffalo, 1 o'clock. Who you got?
Man, it's an early game for the Broncos, but man, after last week, it's hard to pick against those dudes, man. That's the number 4 ranked defense in the league. That boy Wolf is nothing but the truth. Von Miller is Von Miller. That secondary is the secondary, and the Bills right now rank damn near dead last in passing. So you can't throw the ball. All you got is Shady. We so happened to Zeke last week, so good luck Shady this week.
Yeah. No, Shady versus that Broncos D line. Trevor coming off a 4-touchdown game. I like the Broncos. This is no contest.
Yeah, I like the Broncos as well. The passing game for Buffalo is non-existent. I love Shady and what he can do, but it's just going to be too much for him. So I'm going with the Broncos.
Tough.
All
He
right.
all we got, coach.
Tough.
He all we got.
Saints and Panthers, good old NFC battle, NFC South battle.
Yeah, man. That actually should be an interesting game. The contrast. We got the number 3 ranked defense versus the number 1 offense in football. Breeze tends to give Carolina issues. So this is going to be interesting. But at home, I got to go with Cam.
All right.
Not so fast, my friend. What my man used to say it like
Lee
that.
Corso.
Not so fast. I like Drew Brees on the road against this Carolina defense. He got weapons. Drew Brees going to be Drew Brees. And Cam Newton is not Cam Newton out there. I don't know what happened to my man, but he ain't got it. He always hurt or excuse or crying or something. I like Drew Brees on the
It's
road.
the mom jeans.
I
I think it's with the
I
mom
like Drew
Too many
Brees.
colors.
Yeah.
The blonde streak in the beard.
I think Cam's going to bounce back this game, but I think it's going to be a shootout. And I like Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints and Carolina.
Yeah,
So
Carolina.
I'm going with the Saints this
Like it.
week. But I think Cam's still going to show out. All right, so we got the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Chicago Bears.
Well, this was easy.
Yeah.
I mean, if you said the Bears the last 2 weeks, it's a whole lot of weapons coming to Chicago this weekend. The backfield, the 2 receivers. It's just a lot. And then let's talk about the defense for the Steelers. Ranking number 3 right now in the NFL.
I think that's
It's
all
early.
based on who they played. Because
I
they
mean,
played in
I-
Cleveland. They played Cleveland and
No, they did play Minnesota.
Minnesota, but
with
without
no
Sam
Sam
Bradford.
Bradford.
Come
Yeah,
on,
no
let's
Sam
keep it
Bradford.
real.
Well, they're keeping it rolling because they got the Bears this week.
Yeah, there you go.
So we're going with Pittsburgh and
mediocrity.
Chicago.
All right.
Yeah, no, I gotta take the Steelers too. I gotta take the Steelers. We got Jordan Howard. We don't know if he hurt, if he playing. We got the young
That
boy.
guy.
He overzealous. He fumbling. He exciting, but you don't know what you got. Then we got questions at quarterback. Is Glennon gonna stay in? Is Trubisky gonna come in?
Need to.
I like
I
Pittsburgh.
think Trubisky
I like
going to
Pittsburgh.
end up playing
His
by
time is
next
coming.
week.
His time is coming.
Yeah. I'm going with Pittsburgh. Antonio Brown, nobody can check him. Martavius, I was wrong on him last week. He had a show-out game. Le'Veon, Ben,
A lot of weapons.
yeah, a lot of weapons, no defense. So I'm taking Pittsburgh over Chicago. All right. Falcons and the Lions. Actually, that's a big game, man. 2-2-0 teams in Detroit, Motor City. Who you got, Tay?
Man, in the Matty Bowl.
Yeah.
It's the Matty Bowl. We got Matty Ice and Matty Stafford.
Yeah.
How about that?
Matty bumps.
Yeah.
Hey,
But
who am I?
only one of these teams got Julio Jones, and he's on turf this weekend. So I got to go with the Falcons because who they got that can stop Julio Jones?
Yeah.
I like the Lions at home. I don't know. I think the Lions pass rush is better than the Falcons pass rush.
Probably is.
The Falcons got the better running game,
They
but once they get to throwing the ball, I think Matt Stafford is home is going to pull it through.
Yeah, I'm going with the Lions as well. I just think, like you said, I think it's going to be a shootout. I think Matt Stafford going to lead them to a game-winning drive. So I'm going with I'm going with the Detroit Lions over the Falcons. All right. Buccaneers and Vikings. That's another interesting matchup.
Very.
No Sam Bradford.
Easy
Though.
matchup.
Maybe. We don't know.
No,
so
he ruled out.
Nah, they ruled him out
Yeah.
today.
so officially he's out
He's
again.
out.
Okay,
He's
so
out the game.
whoever that other guy was in the game from Houston, bruh. I'm going with Famous Jameis. That just made my decision that much easier.
Yeah.
Famous Jameis.
No Sam Bradford. Bucks defense is outstanding with Gerald McCoy,
Oh,
my
man.
man.
He's back. He's back
Was the
again,
cornerback, my man, cornerback boy out there. They too much for Case Keenum. He's not
Case
going
Keenum.
through.
Grimes.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
going
my man
Grimes.
Grimes.
Yeah,
Brett
Grimes, man. You going
Bucks.
You
I'm going Bucks.
All right. I'm going with the fighting crab legs, Famous Jameis.
That was
going
easy.
with the Bucks, Mike Evans,
They have outstanding
Mr.
day.
Rogers. Jaquez looking like a beast
He
out
getting all
there.
the touches.
Yo, is Muscle Hamster gonna get his job back?
Probably not.
Oh, you heard it here, folks. You ain't getting
Stop
your job
swinging
back.
that bottle, Muscle Hamster.
Hey, man.
Stop talking to Wayne.
So I'm going with the
swinging the
Bucks.
bottle.
I'm going with the Bucks over Minnesota.
They all must hang out together.
All right.
Oh, yeah,
So
no.
we got a powerhouse AFC matchup.
Ain't no powerhouse.
We got Texans are a powerhouse, man. You got the AFC matchup of the week: Texans versus the Patriots.
Nah.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. J.J. Watt, Jadeveon Clowney, you two brothers need to get off the schneid. 0 sacks this year so far. If you don't get to Tom Brady, it's going to be a long Sunday. I'm just going to say that. So I'm going with the Pats.
I'm picking Houston. I ain't picking Tom Brady punk ass to win this game.
Yo, this dude.
We going with Houston. I like J.J. Watt. I
Yeah.
like Jadeveon. The Pats' offensive line is abysmal out
This
there.
is bullshit,
Their
right?
offensive line is not going to hold up against the outstanding pass rusher number 99 and number 90. Let's go Houston.
That's bullshit. He's a Tom Brady hater.
Let's go Houston. Shout out to JJ for raising all that money.
I'm going. I'm going with the Pats, man. Not going against Tom Brady. They've been practicing with the Houston Texans, so I think both teams know each other. I'm going with the better personnel on offense, and a rookie quarterback versus Bill Belichick is not going to be.
Let's go
That's not
JJ.
good.
JJ
It's
gonna
not
score
going to
2
be pretty.
touchdowns
So
in
I'm
the
going with
season.
the Patriots.
D. Hopkins, you might
JJ scored 2
be a
touchdowns.
bad week for DeAndre Hopkins fantasy people.
All right, let's get into these 4 o'clock games. We got Seattle versus Tennessee in Tennessee. Who you got?
Man, after watching these Seahawks these last couple of weeks, I gotta go with the Titans in this one. The Seattle defense. I mean, the Seattle defense still pretty stout, but on the road they tend to be a little iffy. So I like Double M Marcus Mariota to go out there and sling it around a little bit this weekend.
Yeah, no, Titans at home. Russell struggle on the road. The offensive line is trash. Super Mario at home. I like it.
Yeah, I'm going with the Tennessee Titans too. I think Henry's going to have a big game with DeMarco Murray probably being out. And like you said, like both of you guys said, Seattle offensive line is a huge question mark. I'm going with Tennessee.
Kidding.
All right. The Bengals versus the Packers in Lambeau. Who you got?
Man, this another. That was easy. We gotta go with discount double check, man, and the cheese heads on this one because the Bengals still haven't scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
The Packers defense looks actually pretty good, and the Bengals haven't scored a touchdown. They got a new offensive coordinator this week, and they haven't scored a touchdown. So we're going with the Pack.
Yeah, offensive coordinator number 2 on the road. Andy stinking up the joint. They still got AJ Green, but that's not enough to get them past Green Bay.
All right. I'm going with Green Bay also. Discount double check. Young Ty. Jordy seems like he's going to be back in line.
What happened to Randall?
Yeah, Randall Cobb eating too much ragu. He
All
got
that
heartburn.
ragu, boy.
Yeah, lay on the ragu, bruh.
The organic.
Yeah. Do
Go shop
something.
with Jordy.
Yeah, but I'm going with the
Whole
pack.
Foods.
I'm going with the pack and a blowout too.
Yeah.
All right.
It's not going to be pretty.
No, it's not.
All right. So we got a AFC West matchup: the Chiefs versus the Chargers.
Game of the week.
Man, this
It might be the game of the week.
This is potential shootout, potential game of the week, written all over it, man.
Yeah.
Written all over it. We got Felipe out there, my man Phillip Rivers, and Alex is pay the man Alex as he trying to get that check. But I think I'm gonna have to roll with the Chiefs in this one. The Bolts right now ranked 31st in the run game. Melvin Gordon, we calling you out, bro. What's going on?
Give the man the ball.
What's going on, bro?
Give him the ball.
Too much throwing the ball around?
Yeah,
Is that what it is?
Get the man the ball.
Phillips say I throw the ball, son.
Give him the ball.
Well, they ranking 31st in rushing out here,
Yeah.
and that Chiefs defense is all right. So, man, I might roll with the Chiefs.
Yeah, I like the Chiefs running game. I like the Chiefs play calling. I like the athletes that they put around young Alex Smith. And like you said, the Chargers don't run the ball. They're not going to be able to run the ball against that Chiefs front seven, even if they do try to run the ball. Chiefs on the road. I like it.
I'm going with the Chargers, man.
Chargers.
Yeah, I think it's a division rivalry. Phillip always show up for these games. He always pull out one. So we're going with the Chargers in a high-scoring game. I'm thinking like 34-31 Chargers.
Has that potential, no doubt.
All right. So, Sunday night, you know where I'll be. I'll be in Is it still Rousion, Maryland? At first it was Rousion. They used to call that shit Rousion. Then it was like fucking Landover. Like, I don't even know if it's Hyattsville, Prince George's County to get their shit together. Y'all be rezoning and all this stuff.
Sports and Learning Complex Road.
Confusing my clients. And people think we in Bowie, we in Upper Marlboro. I don't know where the hell we at. But wherever the Redskins Stadium will be, I will be there on Sunday night rooting for my Oakland Raiders.
The Raiders.
Hopefully, I'll get a few interviews and tailgates and all that good stuff. But you already know what it is. Who you got, Tay?
Man, the Redskins defense still looking how they've been looking the last few years. They still bad. Crabtree last week was mossing everybody. Cooper, the beast mode coming to town. Carr, man, it's a lot going on. There's gonna be a lot going on the field Sunday night. I think it's gonna be hard for the Redskins to deal with the Raiders, man. I'm rolling with Oakland.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins looked like a 4th-round pick in every primetime game he played. This guy's inconsistent and he unreliable when it comes to playing on the big stage. You seen it last year in the playoffs. You seen it the year they were supposed to make the playoffs and they choked it out. But I like the Raiders on the road.
Yeah, I'm going with the Raiders, man. Amari Cooper. I think Crabtree going to have another big game. Derek Carr. Although Josh Norman, that's my man, I just think it's too many weapons on the offensive side of the ball.
Absolutely.
And then the Redskins got a lot of injuries as well.
They just lost a running back.
We don't know what Jordan Reed, how he gonna be.
Soft.
Yeah, so it's just a lot. It's a lot going on. So I'm taking the Raiders in the Super Bowl, with the 83, 82 Super Bowl rematch. We're going with the Raiders, man. And let your boy know about them tailgates too. I'm gonna be out there looking for them. Holla at me.
All the cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
Monday night.
All right, so we got the Monday night game. Cowboys versus the Cardinals. Who you got?
Well, this was kind of tough for me, man, because, I got the daggone Cardinals defense and Zeke. So I'm going to have to play both of them this weekend. I don't know how that's about to work out. But anyway, I like the Cowboys this week, man. I like the Cowboys to get off the schneid, man. I think Zeke is going to make up for last week. He got a lot to prove. He seemed angry in his interview he had earlier today on SportsCenter. It seemed like he was a little upset. Mm-hmm. So I like him, with his chip on his shoulder. I like him to go out there and make it happen this week. And the matchup, Patrick Peterson and Dez Bryant. Of course, that's probably one of the big things that we look for on Monday night.
Comparison.
No matchup.
Dez ain't ready for that work.
But he's still two of the top dudes in the game. Either way, but
Stonehenge.
The way that defense was looking with Arizona. They looked okay last week, but I like Zeke to redeem himself this week.
Okay.
Yeah, I like Dallas to bounce back as well. Who running the ball in Arizona? The offense is shady without DJ out there. The offense is real shady out there.
We miss you, DJ.
What's happening, good people? It's your man BB, and I'm here to bring you a couple more biscuits. We got your boy Lawrence Timmons out here in Miami. My man that traveled with the team out to the West Coast. He participated in all of the team activities, and then he didn't show up for the game. I don't understand what is going on with the people in the NFL. It seems like these young fellas like to just throw away the money that these good white folks is giving them. I don't appreciate the efforts that they putting in. Like, why don't you show up to the game? Did you call? Was it a family emergency? Y'all don't know. You didn't want to call. You just talked to D Rose and felt that was the appropriate approach to take. I guess it's how athletes do. They show up to team arrangements and then they just skedaddle out of there like they don't want no parts of the team. I guess my man didn't care enough that Jay Cutler was the quarterback. They didn't feel confident enough in the defense they had going on out there. And Don McKenzie, you might want to talk to your boy. Smack him upside the head one time. Biscuit head dude, Mr. Lawrence
Butter him up.
And then we got Miss Adelaide Bird. Miss Adelaide Bird. And most people won't know her name, but she's Mr. 118 to 110. Y'all might have heard that number because that's a scorecard that she put out for my man Canelo Alvarez over Triple G, which was a draw. The only reason it was a draw is because she put out this absurd card that had no business. I don't understand how this lady even still working. Apparently she did some UFC things. She did the same thing. Everybody already knows she's going to put the wild numbers on the card. I guess I heard a rumor that she turned her scorecard in on a napkin that had a nice little circle on it. I guess that was her scotch stain because she was getting drunk on the whole damn fight. Baby needed to be fired immediately, not just set on the curb, not put on the bench. Big dumb bird brain need to get her ass out of there. This lady is out of control when it comes to the boxing scores, and she's an idiot. Almost said some bad words, but I'm not allowed to do that. But Miss Bird Brain Bird is a biscuit head ass lady. And I'm out of here, people. I'm out of here. And these your biscuits for the week. Tune in next week for more dumb people doing dumb things.
And we are back. It's week 3, and I'm giving y'all what y'all need.
We
some
need
of that
mo.
Some of that mo. This week, all I got for you is a Hot 5, baby. Hot 5. These are the 5 best albums that's on the street right now. And I'm just going to give them to you. Here we go. We about to get started, man. Coming in at number 5, man, we got Slim Thug, Killer Leon, Having Thanks 2017. All I'm going to say, if you ain't heard the original, ain't nothing but a whole bunch of freestyles. But, man, these two dudes is going all the way in on these freestyles. So I'm just going to tell you, go get that Having Thanks 2017. Coming in at number 4, man, we got my man Kevin Gates just dropped that brand new today. Y'all ready by any means too? Man, it's 17 tracks of the hot fire. I've been listening to that thing all day. My man Gates is rocking, so go check that out. It's everywhere you need to get it. Man, coming in at number 3, we got my boy G Herbo. Road to the Humble Beast, man. The mixtape, that thing is legit. That's all I'm going to tell you. It's legit. It's on that piff. It's everywhere you need to go get it. He got an album coming soon. Chirac is in the building. You already know what it is. Coming in at number 2, L.E. Dollar Sign. My man Lex Steak and Shrimp in the building. You already know. Summer Madness, the EP. I've been listening to that before the Kevin Gates came out. So if you don't got that Summer Madness, if you don't got Midnight Club, man, just go get all the less. That's what you need to go do. I'm telling you right now, go get all of the less. All right? Good job. Here we go, coming in, baby, at number 1. My number 1 spot this week, the Juice Man, Juicy J, Highly Intoxicated, all bangers. So you get nothing but bangers on this album. I'm telling you, it's official. Go get it. And I can't leave without giving my man, the Chat Life King. You already know, the hot spitter, 9:30. He's dropping the new EP with my man Lex Luger, and the joint is called the Motivational Speech. I'm just waiting for it. So I'm just letting y'all know it's coming out. So go get that when that's coming out. And you know what? That's all we got for you this week. Next week, come catch me, and I'm going to give you more music.
What's up, folks? You already know what it is. It's my time to shine. I'm bringing you guys some of the hot takes from my desk this week. So, fellas, this is what I want to get on, man. I want to get on this corruption in boxing. We all know
Q Teddy Atlas.
Yeah, check the footage. Q Teddy, but I predicted the results of the Triple G Canelo fight. We're gonna run that back for you in a second. But I definitely called it exactly how it happened. I think it's gonna be,
I'm with you on that.
I mean, I feel it's feeling like a draw. You know what I'm saying? Just for you know how boxing is. Let's not get twisted. You watch boxing, you know sometimes the fix be in.
Yeah,
and they just trying to get to the next fight.
But
so
skill, Canelo bring a different level of skill like this.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Different level of skill.
I agree with you.
Skill,
I just think
dominate.
Triple G gonna have a lot more power shots, and I think it's gonna be real close, and I think he's gonna pull it out in the end. And if not, it's gonna be something like a draw. You know. But we're not gonna focus on that right now because you know BB already touched on that with the biscuits. But what I do want to get into is the corruption in boxing. I mean, it's a conversation that needs to be had, man. We need to talk about seriously coming together as the boxing community. I know we got a big boxing fans on the stage right now. What are we going to do about this sport? It's a great sport. It's a money-generating sport. but the corruption is running rampant. You're losing viewership. There's only 2 or 3 names that's really bringing in any money that people really want to see fight, but there's a lot of great fighters out there. So my thoughts is that we need to figure out a system for boxing, maybe a season for boxing to do something, maybe a collective group, some outside group needs to come in, because the 4 sanctioning bodies, they're terrible.
Politics.
It's all politics.
They're terrible.
It's not in the benefit of the athlete.
Yeah. So let me just read y'all a few things, man. So let's take the WBA for example, right? They're the longest standing, legit sanctioned boxing, I guess you corporation, however you want to call them.
That's
the body. They're the longest active body sanctioned for boxing.
And then the red belt.
Yeah, that is the red belt.
The red belt.
For all you folks that don't know.
The red belt.
The red belt.
Boxing dummies 101.
Yeah, boxing for dummies, yeah. So, super champions, so if all of these folks hold all of these belts, these super champions, let's take Floyd Mayweather, for example, who held the belt for the longest time, but never had to defend the belt. I'm not saying that he wasn't willing to, it's the fact that he was more so chasing the money, right? So that's a big, big problem. So we have fighters that are holding belts, and these belts aren't being stripped from them if they're not fighting the people that are next up in line, basically the number 1 or number 2 contenders. That's the issue. Okay? Like, it's something that we really, really need to address in the boxing community. Okay? So that was one thing. And then the rankings. Nobody really knows who's the best. You know, we have the pound for pound rankings.
Pound for pound.
Box Nation, they do one. ESPN, they do one.
Ring Magazine.
Yeah, Ring Magazine.
That's
They also
that's
do
supposed
one.
to be the Bible of boxing.
Yeah, supposedly.
The Ring Magazine.
I mean,
But it's not credible.
It's not.
Not credible.
You know, so they do all of these pound for pounds, and then you see these guys on the list, but none of these pound for pound guys that are in the same weight classes or divisions or that can do a catch weight are fighting each other. Take my boy Rigondeaux, for example. When's somebody gonna get in the ring with him? I mean, Nonito got in the ring with him at Radio City Music Hall and got dismantled.
He did.
Ever since then, my man can't get a fight that's worthwhile.
Lomo finally decided to show up and sign the paperwork.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
they're linking up soon.
Yeah,
so,
Lomachenko,
that's
yeah,
good.
shout out to Lomachenko.
Finally.
Yeah. So
Somebody.
I mean, but we need a system in place in boxing that will allow the best fighters to fight. Number 1, head to head.
Absolutely.
Them to be compensated for those particular fights and making those fights. And number 2, if you're ducking folks, there needs to be a system where you get penalized. Bottom line, because we want to see good fights. Boxing used to be a top 3
The
sport
best of the best.
in the country. It was horse racing, boxing, and baseball.
Yeah.
There are talented athletes in boxing. You got the Charlo boys. It's a lot of good dudes.
Man,
Lamont
you can run
can
the
fight
gauntlet
Lamont
in boxing.
Peterson. You know, it's a lot of athletes. Andre Ward just retired.
Shout out to Andre, man.
Shout out to Andre, man.
Thanks, SOG. We was live for your last fight, bro. Luckily, we
Yes.
was in the building. We was way live for
Yeah,
the
man.
last
And
fight.
I would love to see that brother fight again. I mean, he was out for what, almost 1.5 years, 2 years for contract shit.
He missed 2 years.
He missed 2 years on his career. Retired at 32. So there's a lot of stuff that we're missing as a fan base, and the sport is not doing enough. Let's take NBA for example. NBA, they promote certain initiatives and they have certain policies to make it better for the fan experience. I don't see anybody in boxing that's really stepping up and doing that.
Boxing is really a misnomer to common people. Unless you're a legit, solid boxing fan, you're not following the WBC, the WBA rankings. You don't want to see none of that type of stuff.
WBA.
You don't want to see nobody really looking at none of that stuff. So for the federations to come together and to make it a collective fan type of situation, they need to have more communication amongst the people. And we need to have a more solid system. We need to understand how these judges are getting selected for these fights, how they getting trained, what make them qualified to even say that they even know about boxing. Because
we know what that is. That's payola. You know, Shorty was on De La Hoya payroll.
Yeah, that was
awesome.
awesome.
1942 tequila was
she
being tossed around.
But you check her track record, she on every payroll and ever, because she always got the wild, crazy situation going on.
Yeah,
like every time.
Private tequila.
So, I mean, I think that's something that really needs to be addressed. So let's have a conversation about it. Let's argue about it. So drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know how we can fix this boxing system, because I'm a huge fan. I love it. I don't just watch the pay-per-view fights. I watch all the fights.
All
like, it was
boxing.
boxing on, what, Tuesday?
Yeah.
Tuesday.
It's boxing on right now.
Yeah, it's boxing on right now. Yeah. So
we doing it for you.
It's on record though.
yeah, we're going to record it, DVR, we're going to check it out. We'll talk about it next week. But that's just something that was on my heart, just watching that fight, because I felt like Triple G was robbed. Even though it was a close fight.
It was close.
It was very close. I still think he won 2 more rounds, and I just think that decision, it was terrible.
118 to 10, 110. 118 to
Teddy
110.
Atlas was hot. I ain't never seen that man that mad.
Way to go, Teddy.
Yeah, shout out to my man.
Tell him how you
Teddy.
feel, bro. Tell him how you feel.
So something else that I want to get to. Have you heard about the boy from Texas A&M? Let me tell y'all about this story. Yeah, the young boy from the Aggies. What's my man name? Let me make sure I get his name right because I want to give him his due.
These the same folks that's threatening the coach, wishing he
My
died.
man Ryan Trahan. Ryan Trahan is a freshman at Texas A&M, and he's on the cross-country track team. Ryan has a small business, an organic water bottle company. The NCAA told this young man that he is not allowed to promote his business and also run track. NCAA, you're supposed to be a non-profit organization, or at least that's what your website says. So what does it matter if this young man is doing a business, he's being a student athlete, he's doing something that actually is going to pay his bills in the long run. He started a company last year. He's already got about 14,000 to 15,000 followers.
Awesome.
He's doing really, really good things. He's great at track. He's a great businessman. I thought those were the type of people that you would want in your organization, NCAA. So let's just read a little bit about what the NCAA website says.
I'm trying to keep my man on the ramen.
Yeah, exactly.
So the ramen, man.
So the NCAA website says, our priorities, academics, providing opportunities to earn college degrees is the heart of our mission. So you stopping this kid from doing that,
Wait a minute.
at 1:30 your mission is already done.
Wait a minute.
Secondly, the well-being of the student athlete.
He hungry.
We're founded to keep college
hungry.
sports safe. Today we promote hard work, safety, and excellence. It sounds like the man is working pretty hard if you ask me.
Yep.
He's a student athlete, he's going to class, he's going to practice, and he's running a successful business on the side.
Sounds like excellence.
Look like excellence.
Number 3, fairness. There's nowhere in hell you can say you're being fair to this young man. So let's read what we say. All college athletes deserve a fair shot. All right? We focus on respect, integrity, and responsibility, both on and off the field. All
Flag on
right?
the plate.
So that college sports students prepare for, so that we prepare our college sports athletes and student athletes for life. All right? So what part of that is not preparing him for life? What part of that is you're telling this young man he can't go out and be successful in the world of business, which is going to feed his family in the long run? NCAA, you full of shit. Let this young man live. Let this young man be successful. It shouldn't matter if he runs track for you guys. All you're doing is exploiting these athletes anyway. You're supposed to be non-profit. Every time I pull up your website, you're selling tickets to the game. You're selling advertising time. That doesn't seem like a non-profit in my profitable. So I think the NCAA got a lot of work to do.
The NCAA, the biggest trader of people. We're not gonna say the other word.
Yeah.
They the biggest mover of people that's available in the United States.
And shout out
it's
to
all for profit.
And shout out to LeVar Ball also, because
For trying to work the chain.
we don't even know if LaMelo is even going to go to college because of his shoe. So I'm interested to see how the NCAA handles that.
Yeah.
The O'Bannon brothers sued the NCAA back in the day for similar, I guess you would say, copyright laws and infringement.
Trying to live off they name.
Yeah. So so you're profiting off of these guys and young ladies, and then at the same time you want them to be loyal to you. I think you need to pick a side, or the student athletes or some other body needs to come together and start their own leagues. I mean, because it's not. I don't think it's amateurs anymore. I don't think you can consider them as being amateurs. I think they deserve to be paid. I think they deserve to be compensated. They're bringing in millions, if not billions, of dollars on an annual basis, and they should be paid. Bottom line. So that's just some of the things that I have on my desk. So drop some comments, let me know how you feel about it. And I think the NCAA might be worse than the NFL.
Sounds like it.
Way worse.
Sounds like it.
What y'all think about that? So, drop a comment, let us know your thoughts. We appreciate you. You already know what time it is, folks. It's time for that shine 'em
People, we back.
and pine 'em. You know what it is. You do
Let
that shine and pine to optimize your lineups. You know what I'm saying?
Push that
Week
button, people.
3,
Eat a Snickers.
eat a Snickers.
There
Here we go. So who you got for your shine at quarterback this week, Tay?
Mr. Jay Cutler is coming in shining like a new pair of shoes this week. I like his matchup. This week. He looked good last week. He got weapons. He got a run game. They're playing a putrid defense. I like Jay Cutler.
All right. Who you got, BB?
I like second-year veteran Dak Prescott versus the Arizona Cardinals and Pat Pete and the Honey Badger out there. I think Dak gonna have a bounce-back game, and we shined them this week, folks. We shined them.
All right. I'm shining Joe Flacco.
Hey, Joe.
From the Baltimore Ravens
I
across
hold
the
Joe.
pond. So when you wake up in the morning from your drunken stupor, as you was out partying at the club, I heard Gucci Man gonna be in town this
Yeah,
weekend.
Gucci.
And 21 Savage.
Once I'm finished listening to good drink, you can wake up in the morning at 11 o'clock and you're gonna see Joe with the dub on the board, shining his ass this week.
I like
Right.
it. I like
Running back, who you shining?
Man, I gotta go with my boy C-Mac, Christian McCaffrey this week. I like Christian to break out. I mean, he's playing in almost 60% of the snaps now, and they said they was gonna use him all over the field. And Greg Olson's out, so C-Mac, it's your time, brother. Shine on, shine on.
I'm gonna have to go with the brother from the Mile High City, Mr. 22, C.J. Anderson. He's had coming off 2 spectacular weeks. And I think we're going to keep it rolling against the Buffalo Bills. C.J. Anderson, shining people.
All right, my shine running back, I'm going with another Carolina running back. I'm going with Jonathan Stewart. I think he'll get a lot of goal line touches this week, playing against the putrid New Orleans Saints in a rivalry game. I think it's going to be high scoring, and I'm shining Mr. Jonathan Stewart. Wide receivers, who you got?
Mr. Deshaun Axton Jackson is on my shine list this week. Brother, you've been quiet, but we know you missed week 1, had the situation. We understand. Last week, you was a little unheard of. Very pedestrian last week,
Crosswalkish.
But I like him this week, though. I like him this week. On the other side of the field, going to be a tough matchup. I think Mike going to have a tough matchup this week. So I like that boy, Mr. Jackson, to maybe get one this week. Probably a long one.
I'm going Devontae Parker, Miami Dolphins. You say Jay Cutler gonna have a good game. He got to throw the ball to somebody. Everybody know about Jarvis out there. Everybody don't know about Devontae. He's shining this week. He's shining.
6'4".
Yeah, definitely 6'4".
They should. If they don't know him, they can
My
see him.
shine of the week for receiver week 3, I'm going with Mr. Muhammad Sanu. Hey, man, shootout in Detroit, in the Motor City. Check my boy, he had 85 yards last week. He probably should have scored a touchdown. He got clipped up, midfield. Muhammad Sanu, I'm shining him for the week. Wide receiver, Atlanta Falcons.
I like it.
Tight end, who you got?
Tight end, man, I gotta go with the Sunday night game, man. I gotta go with Mr. Jared Cook. I don't know who the linebackers are in Washington. Probably doesn't even matter. But I think the middle of the field is going to be pretty wide open for Mr. Cook to have a big day. He was he almost had a monster week last week. I mean, he had a couple catches of like 80 yards, almost scored. I think he just barely got missed on the touchdown.
Yeah.
And I like him to score this week. So I'm thinking if you need a tight end, Jared Cook is your guy.
Yeah, I'm going Cody Fleener against the Panthers. I think Drew Brees is going to spread the ball around well against that defense. They pretty solid, but it's not a match for Drew Brees and all he can do out there. I think Fleener going to have a good game this week.
All right, I'm going with Mr. Bennett from Green Bay. I feel like it's going to be a shootout.
He's been called out before.
Yeah, he definitely been called out before. I just feel like Cincinnati, they can't stop nobody.
Come on,
you
Marty.
know?
Marty Bennett. Come on,
Yeah,
Marty.
yeah, they can't stop nobody.
Absolutely.
So I just feel like he gonna do his thing.
Come on, Marty.
All right.
Let's go, Marty.
Kicker, who you got?
My kicker this week, man, I gotta go with my man Giorgio Tavecchio.
Oh.
Man, that's a lot, right? Giorgio
Yeah.
Tavecchio. But the Raiders kicker right now is actually the #1 kicker in football. And he's actually on the waiver in like 60 or 70% of the leagues and across fantasy football.
Come on, fantasy
I don't know
football.
what. I guess
What is
everybody's
he doing,
everybody's
man?
still holding on to Seabass. I guess, or is that what it is? Maybe they're
waiting.
holding on to
They
Seabass.
waiting.
But if you do need a kicker this week, Giorgio is probably going to be your guy because they're playing the Redskins.
Yeah. I'm going with the Blair Walsh project out in Seattle. That Seattle offense is going to be pretty stagnant. I think they're going to be able to move the ball, but they're going to end it with Blair Walsh. Get them in there, people.
All right, I'm going with your boy Santos out of
Cairo.
Kansas City.
Cairo.
Santos going to do his thing against the Chargers.
Again.
Again.
That was a
you
great
know?
call last week.
Yeah,
Thank
it
you.
definitely was a
Thank
good
you.
call last week. But
Thank
I
you.
think he's going to produce again this week. I'm looking at maybe 10 to 12 points from the brother Santos.
I like it.
All right.
I like it.
What about your defense? Who you shining on D?
After looking at all these matchups, you gotta go with the fans D because I don't even know who the quarterback is for the Jets right now. I don't know, so it doesn't really matter. So I gotta go with the fans D. I like the fans D this week.
Yeah.
I like the Bucks D against Minnesota.
That's a good pick.
Sam Bradford not playing.
Yeah, good call. Good call.
Bucks D.
All right. I'm going with the Oakland Raiders defense.
Good call.
No running back in Washington. Maybe a hurt tight end. The receivers can't seem to get separation or catch the ball. Big time game, Sunday night. Going with the Oakland Raiders defense. Shine.
I like it.
Shine them,
All right.
folks.
So that's it for our shine portion. Now we y'all with this pine portion.
Get them in the game, folks.
Catch you a little later. Folks, you know what time it is. It's time to put them on that pine and
Yes,
not optimize
sir.
your lineup.
Get them out of there.
So we're going to give you all the guys that you should not put in your lineup this week. Starting at quarterback, who you pining?
This week on my pine, man, it's gonna be early, so I gotta go with Blake Bortles service across the sea, man. I don't like him against that defense for the Ravens, man. So Blake Bortles, no Allen Robinson, it's gonna be tough.
Kirk Cousins don't shine in primetime games. I don't like him at home Sunday night against Oakland. Put his ass on the pine, folks. Get him out of there.
All right, I'm going with Tyrod Taylor against the Denver defense. That's all that needs to be said.
Yeah, that's a lot going on.
Who you got for your running back? Who you pining?
DeMarco Murray. Bruh, are you even playing this week? We don't even know if he's playing, but if he is playing, he's going to have to be on the bench because Mr. Henry is on his ass. They said he was the clear-cut #1 back, but, I mean, he's not healthy, so I don't like him this week.
Dalvin Cook versus Gerald McCoy. It's not going to be a good matchup for the young fella out there. Get his ass out of there.
All right, running back, I'm going with Leonard Fournette. We're going back across the pond. I don't think the Jaguars can do much with that Baltimore Ravens defense.
Coffees and crimpets.
Yeah, there you go.
Fish and chips.
All day. Who you got at wide receiver?
This week at wide receiver, Jeremy Maclin, bruh, you going to be catching heavy splinters, bruh. Because you got Mr. Ramsey in front of you this week. Jalen Ramsey, old Florida State boy. You already know what it is. It's going to be a tough matchup for Mr. Maclin this week. Maclin's actually been looking pretty decent these last 2 weeks, but I don't like him this week.
We going with Dougie B. Dougie B. Russell going to struggle on the road. Dougie B ain't the option you want to have in your lineup, folks. Get his ass out of there.
All right, we're going to pine Randall Cobb, Mr. Ragu. The reason we pine him,
Chest
Mr.
pain.
Ragu, because we don't know if he's going to start or not, and then we don't know if he's going to be healthy even if he is out there. So we're going to sit him down. Mr. Ragu, Randall
Get his ass
Cobb.
out of there.
Tight end, who you got?
Mr. Jimmy Time. Whole time I'm my man Jimmy Cakes, old Jimmy Graham, man. Hey Jimmy, you got blasted last week, bro. We set you down last week a couple times. So I don't even know if you're gonna be on the field either this week. But if you are, I mean you haven't done nothing in the last 2 weeks, so I don't expect you to do anything again.
Ingram from the Giants. I know he came flying off the waiver wire this week with his little primetime performance, whatever he did.
Yeah.
Sit his ass down. It ain't going to be the same thing this week against Philly. Philly pass rush going to get after Eli. Eli inconsistent, and number 74 stinks. It's not gonna work out.
I'm going with Hunter Henry. I think Antonio Gates is going to steal a lot of those touches and those pivotal points in the game in that rivalry against Kansas City. So I think you need to pine Hunter Henry.
Who do you trust?
So kicker, who you pining?
My kicker this week, Steven Hauschka. Bruh. You pine Tyrod, so I gotta pine this kicker.
Yeah,
so
right.
just simple as that.
That's right.
Simple as that.
Colts kicker, Vinatieri. It's not gonna be prosperous this week
Adam Vinatieri
for the Colts offense. So I don't think Vinatieri gonna shine like he would like him. Pine his ass, folks.
All right, I'm going to pine Boswell from Pittsburgh. And the reason being, I think they're going to score a lot of touchdowns and not many field goals against the Chicago Bears. So it's all about strategy for this pick. So I'm pining Boswell.
Nice call.
Defense, who you got?
I do not like the Texans' defense this week against Tom Terrific. I just don't. Clowney and Watt, y'all still got 0 sacks, like I mentioned earlier. So unless y'all get off the schneid and get some sacks, it's going to probably be another 400-yard game from Terrific.
Giants D, Alshon,
Wow, that's
Torrey
big.
Smith, Carson, pine the Giants D, folks. You heard it here. Get them out of there. Get them out of there.
All right, I'm pining the Cardinals defense because I think it's going to be a bounce back game for Dak, Zeke, and those boys. Shout out to Rosillo crew with Dak, Zeke.
Dak Zeke.
Yeah, Dak, Zeke.
Dak Zeke.
I think they're going to come back and they're going to bounce back and they're going to have a pretty decent game. All right. So I guess that's it for Shine and Pine.
Shine and Pine
You know where
week
you can
3.
get all of your fantasy info from. Come holler at us, the Rtns crew. We're more than happy to have a discussion about any fantasy
We
things
got
that
what
you
you
want to
need.
talk about, and we got it, baby.
Never forget, have a Snickers.
Eat a Snickers.
Optimize your life. What time it is? Last call. We about to get up out of here. We want to give you some bold predictions for the upcoming week. What you got?
Man, my last call, man, I got to shout out the long ball pause. Baseball, man, we got 5,700 home runs. We breaking records. Giancarlo Stanton, man, my man is on his way to 60. He's at 56 right now. A lot of the MLB is over 20 home runs right now, the most in like 30 years, they're saying. So I had to shout out the long ball this week, man. The baseball is knocking it out of the park, literally.
I'm going to stick with the baseball theme, but I'm going to go in a different direction. I got to say, it's the last call for my Orioles out here. We currently 6.5 games outside the wild card. We just lost a game last week. This week past 1-0 game on a wild pitch in the 11th inning. Might be some changes need to be made out here. Shout out to Peter Angelos. Get out here, make some changes, get our ball team back to where it's supposed to be, man.
All right. My last call is to the NCAA. Get your shit together. You know, get it together. That's all I got. I don't even want to talk to y'all.
That's
But
it.
get your shit together.
That's all.
All right, and we out of here. We catch y'all next episode, man. Appreciate all the comments. Appreciate all the follows. Make sure you share us, like us on all social media platforms. And we
Please
catch y'all
comment.
next time. Real Talking Sports.
Real talking sports, people.
Already.
Hey, real sports, real talk. Real sports, real talk. Real sports, real talk. Real sports, real talk.
Hey, flow insane, rings like LeBron James. I shit on my own team like Mark Cuban. The people done came and the people done called on what they said that they wanted. Real sports and real talk.
Dunking, diving through topics like we Harden. Big ballin', changing the game before we startin'. And I've been jumping out the gym since yesterday. Since I was a kid, I always had a lot to say. Bet it all on one play.
I'm just getting fired up like I spit propane. Pull a triple-double knot on my new shoestrings. Then pull a triple-double night like I'm Robert saying. Feeling like Mayweather when I'm on